People throw this phrase around all the time. Build a relationship with God. But most people don't even understand what that means. I know that because for years, I didn't understand it either. I heard pastors say it. I heard people online say it. I heard successful people say it. But nobody ever explained it in the way that truly made sense to me. And now, looking back at my life, I finally understand why. Because building a relationship with God is not religion. It is alignment. And the modern world is designed to keep you disconnected from it. Today, people are constantly distracted with phones, scrolling, music in the ears 24/7, news, porn, cheap dopamine, wrong people, noise, so much noise. And the problem is, God does not shout, He whispers. That inner voice inside you, that feeling that tells you this is wrong. Do this. Leave that behind. Start now. Become better. That's what people ignore every single day. Some people call it intuition. Some call it gut feeling. Some call it conscience. I call it God. And honestly, I don't even think the label matters that much. Because everybody knows that voice exists. Everybody has experienced it to some extent. The real problem is that most people are too distracted to hear it clearly. That's why silence is so important. And people are terrified of silence today. Because the moment they sit alone, the thoughts begin. Fear, anxiety, regret, loss, anger, and pain. And most people instantly run away from it. They grab their phone, turn on the music, watch something, eat something, text somebody, anything to avoid being alone with themselves. But here's what I learned. Silence is not actually hurting you. Silence is exposing what already lives inside you. And yes, God operates in silence too. But the devil does too. That's why negative thoughts attack people hardest when they're alone. And this is important because many people think building a relationship with God means life suddenly becomes easy and peaceful. No. Life is still war. The devil is still going to tempt you, distract you, confuse you. Those thoughts may never completely disappear, but you can absolutely learn to overcome them. You can become aware of them. You can stop obeying every thought that enters your mind. And that process, that discipline, that awareness, that is part of building a relationship with God. Because a relationship with God is built through commitment, not performance, not pretending to be holy. Commitment. And this is where many people misunderstand everything. A lot of people say they believe in God. They go to church once in a while, celebrate holidays, post Bible verses online, but then they continue living completely disconnected from their purpose, completely disconnected from truth, completely disconnected from their soul. And nothing changes. Because God does not need performances. God needs obedience. That's the part I finally understood. Obedience means trust in Him, following His guidance, following that inner voice even when it scares you, especially when it scares you. And that is why discipline matters so much. That is why I talk so much about morning routines, silence, prayer, discipline, and commitment. Because those things sharpen your ability to hear God clearly. Every single morning when you wake up early, every time you pray, every time you stay disciplined, every time you refuse distraction, you strengthen that connection. And eventually, you begin hearing the voice clearer. And then something incredible starts happening. You begin noticing signs. And I know this sounds crazy to people who never experienced it, but once you truly commit to your path, life begins responding differently. Doors start opening. Unexpected opportunities appear. People show up out of nowhere. A phone rings. Somebody calls you. A situation somehow works out exactly when you needed it to. And you sit there wondering, how is this even possible? It feels supernatural, because it is. And I have experienced it multiple times in my own life. Moments where logically I should have failed. Moments where I had no money, no certainty, no guarantees. Moments where I was mentally destroyed. And yet, somehow, at the last possible moment, something always happened. A door opened. And every single time, it happened only when I stayed obedient to my mission. That's the key people miss. The magic only happens when you follow the right path. Not just any path. Not random hard work, but the right work. That's why most people stay frustrated. Because they work hard toward lives they were never meant to live. And that's something I learned the hard way too. You can spend years chasing a dream that looks good on social media. A flashy lifestyle, money, status, validation. But if it's not aligned with your soul, it will never fulfill you. That's why so many successful people are miserable. Because they achieved what their ego wanted, but abandoned what their soul needed. And eventually that emptiness destroys them. That's why some rich people still do drugs. They want to make up for that emptiness. That's why some celebrities still feel depressed. Because success without alignment means nothing. You can gain the whole world and still lose yourself. That's why building a relationship with God matters. Because it aligns you with your true purpose. And once you're aligned with your purpose, you become at peace. Not constantly happy, peaceful. There is a difference. Happiness comes and goes, but peace stays. Peace means you know you are where you're supposed to be. Even during hard times, during uncertainty and pain. And recently I experienced something that made me realize how simple the truth actually is. Not long ago, I started reading Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zealand because many successful people recommended it to me. And honestly, I just hated it. Not because the ideas were wrong, but because the author explained simple truths in the most complicated way possible. Page after page of sophisticated concepts about reality, energy, intention, possibilities, visualizations. And I remember sitting there reading the same lines over and over, trying to understand what he actually meant. And then suddenly I realized something. He was teaching almost the exact same thing I had already learned through my relationship with God. He just used complicated language for it. What he called staying open to reality, I call trusting God. What he described as adjusting to life instead of forcing outcomes, I call following divine guidance. And that's when I realized something powerful. Truth is simple. People complicated. The Bible already explained this thousands of years ago. God guides you. Your job is to listen. That's it. And this is probably the most important thing I've learned in my entire life. If you truly follow your purpose, if you truly stay obedient, if you truly trust God and continue walking the path you know deep inside you are meant to walk, magic happens. Real magic, not fantasy. Real life miracles. And I know some people listening to this won't believe me, and that's okay. I probably wouldn't have believed it years ago either, but I have lived through it too many times to deny it anymore. You don't even understand how things happen sometimes. You just keep moving forward because something inside you tells you to continue. And then suddenly, impossible becomes possible. A door opens, a person appears, an opportunity arrives exactly when you needed it. And it's almost like God was watching the entire time, waiting to see if you would truly trust Him. That's why obedience matters. That's why commitment matters. That's why surrender matters. Because God does not reward talk. He responds to faith demonstrated through action, not lazy faith. Not sitting on the couch doing nothing, saying, God will take care of me. No. You must work. You must move. You must commit. But you must commit to the right thing. As Denzel Washington once said, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. And that's exactly the problem. Most people are working hard in the wrong direction. But when you finally align with your real purpose, when you finally listen to your soul, when you finally trust God completely, everything changes. Not instantly, but permanently. And that is what building a relationship with God truly means.